Today's lesson is called The Gift of the Magi. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and today we're going to continue talking about our featured story, The Gift of the Magi. Remember, this is a story about Della and Jim. They want to buy special gifts for each other for Christmas, but Della, of course, was driven to tears because she had not saved enough money to buy him a gift. I suppose Jim is probably pretty sad as well, but we did talk about what Della did. She decided to sell her remarkable, beautiful hair for $20. And where we left off, she had gone to a shop and she saw a watch chain, a chain for her husband's watch that cost just $1 more than the money she just earned from selling her hair.
Yep, she sold her hair. She made what for her was the ultimate sacrifice. Remember, Jim has the gold watch. Della has her hair, okay? Otherwise, they're poor and they only have shabby belongings. So here, Della did make the biggest sacrifice possible for her as far as her possessions are concerned. She sacrificed her hair so that Jim could have a remarkable gift. What a great person. She really loves Jim. Now, does this love go the other way? Does Jim also love Della? We are going to learn all about that today, okay? It might be slightly sad, this story, but in the end, you should be warmed by the Christmas spirit and by how much Jim and Della love one another. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a short break. But when we come back, we'll get started on the second portion of our story called The Gift of the Magi.
When Della got home, she waited anxiously for Jim to return from work. Though she was excited to present Jim with his watch chain, she was terrified that he wouldn't love her as much without her long hair. At last Jim arrived, only to stare at Della with a strange look on his face. "You've cut your hair?" he asked in shock.
大家好，第一部分我们看到一个单字 anxiously， 这个字是副词，指焦虑的、不安的。举例来说，The parents waited anxiously for the doctor to finish operating on their daughter. 那对父母焦虑的等待医生做完他们女儿的手术。另外 anxiously 去掉字尾 ly 就成了形容词 anxious， 指焦虑不安的。我们可以说 Mavis was anxious because her son hadn't called her yet. Mavis 感到焦虑不安，因为他的儿子还没打电话给他。接着我们看到片语 only to，此片语后面加上动词，表示结果却不料……例如 I prepared for the test all weekend, only to learn on Monday that it was postponed until Friday. 我整个周末都在准备考试，结果却在星期一得知考试延期到星期五。再举一个例子 Ted got on the bus, only to realize that it was the wrong one. Ted 上了公车，结果却发现他搭错车了。再来，我们看到片语 in shock， 表示震惊的、惊魂未定的。例如 The audience was in shock after watching the actress fall off the stage. 看到那位女演员跌下舞台，所有观众都感到震惊。另外 in 加上情绪名词，就表示处在某种情绪中。以下举几个例子。第一，Patricia cried in grief when she learned her dog had died. Patricia 得知她的狗死去时哭得很伤心。第二 The fans screamed in excitement when the rock band started to play. 这支摇滚乐团开始演奏时，歌迷们兴奋地尖叫。
Okay, now remember, Della had gone to the store. She went to a hair articles shop to sell her hair, and then she went to another shop to buy a watch chain for her husband. So when Della got home, she waited anxiously for Jim to return from work. Anxiously here is an adverb. It just describes you doing something in a very anxious way. You're kind of nervous. You don't know what's going to happen. You might wait anxiously for news of the earthquake. Did my family survive the earthquake in Nantou, for example? You're waiting for a phone call to make sure they're okay. You're anxiously awaiting that call. You're nervous. You don't know what to do with yourself.
There you go. Anxiously is the adverb. Anxious is the adjective. Anxiety is the noun. And some people do suffer from anxiety disorders. But here we've got Della. It's Christmas Eve, and she really wants Jim to come home. And she's a little bit worried, a little bit nervous about how things are going to turn out. Now, though she was excited to present Jim with his watch chain, she was terrified that he wouldn't love her as much without her long hair. So there you go. That's the root of the problem here. That's why she is waiting anxiously. She is happy to give Jim this great gift, but she's worried about how Jim is going to feel about the fact that she has cut her hair.
Oh, he's going to be so happy. He's going to love that gift so much. But at the same time, I'm scared that he won't love me because I don't have that long hair anymore. And yeah, guys like their wives to have long hair. So yeah, if you cut your hair off, you do run the risk of him losing interest in you and trying to find somebody else. But at last, Jim arrived only to stare at Della with a strange look on his face. Okay, so he arrived only to stare at her with a strange expression. So only to just means that's what happened. He did return, but he had to stare at her because of what she had done to herself.
Yeah, that's all that he did here. Okay, that's the idea. Then he asks her a question. "You've cut your hair?" he asked in shock. By the way, if I were Della right now, I would be really worried, okay? I'm already fixated on the fact that I've cut my hair, and I think that this is going to change the way that Jim feels about me, so on and so forth. And here, Jim, he seems to be acting in the way that Della was worried about. All he does when he walks in is he stares at her, okay? And then he mentions her hair. He doesn't say hello. He doesn't say, oh, what are we having for Christmas dinner or anything like that. He asks this very simple question, "You've cut your hair." Now, is Jim a jerk? No, we'll find out about that soon. But yes, before we do take a break here, let's talk about what it means to be in shock. Yeah, Jim here is in shock. He asked this question in shock.
Yeah, that just refers to your emotional reaction to something. You can tremble in terror, for example, if you're really scared of something. But here he asked this in shock, or he was shocked because she had cut her hair or because she had gotten a haircut. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first part of our lesson. Let's move on now to the second part.
While reassuring Jim that her hair would grow back, Della confessed that she had sold it to buy him a Christmas present. In response, Jim handed Della her gift and said, "Nothing like a haircut could make me love you any less. But if you open that, you'll understand why I reacted that way." Inside the packaging, Della found the very jeweled combs that she had often admired in a shop window, but known she could never afford. Fighting the urge to cry, she handed Jim his platinum chain.
第二部分我们看到名词 packaging 指包装材料、包装。举例来说 ，Plastic packaging is harmful to the earth. 塑胶包装材料对地球是有害的，或是 The price of this product includes packaging and shipping. 这个商品的价格包含了包装及运费。
All right, folks, let's go ahead and move on to the second part of today's lesson. While reassuring Jim that her hair would grow back, Della confessed that she had sold it to buy him a Christmas present. So Della wants Jim to feel better, so she starts to reassure him. Okay, by the way, if you do reassure someone, you try to make them feel better in some way, shape, or form.
To reassure them, to comfort them. So, yes, she knew that he would be shocked, or he would be in shock if he were to see her with her hair cut. So she reassured him that her hair would grow back. So while she was doing that, she confessed that she had sold it to buy him a Christmas present. So she probably said this all in one sentence. Well, don't worry, my hair will grow back, but I need to confess this to you. I sold my hair so that I could have money to buy you a Christmas present. So here, if you confess something, that means you admit to something. You tell other people that you did this certain thing. You didn't want to before, but they kind of forced you to, like if the police are interrogating you and they're threatening to beat you, they're going to get you to confess your crime. Yes, I did it. I'm guilty. You can punish me and send me to jail.
Yeah, here Della hasn't done anything bad, but she feels like she has to explain herself, so she confesses. She tells the truth about her cut hair, why she cut her hair off, I should say. She comes clean about this, or she confesses to Jim. Anyways, in response, Jim handed Della her gift, okay? He handed her the gift, and then he said something. He handed her the gift and said, "Nothing like a haircut could make me love you any less." Oh, how nice. So Jim is not a jerk. He definitely does love Della. He's totally committed to her. So why is he in shock, though, about the fact that she's cut her hair? Okay, why is he staring at her and asking about the hair? Why? That's the question right now.
Yep, basically he's saying that, hey, even if you got a haircut, I still love you. No big deal. Yes, I can accept your reassurance that your hair will grow back. And he goes on to say, but if you open that, if you open my present to you, you'll understand why I reacted that way. If you open the present, then you will understand why I was in shock that you cut your hair. So Della opened the present. She opened the gift. And inside the packaging, Della found the very jeweled combs that she had often admired in a shop window, but known she could never afford. So, of course, when you give somebody a present or a gift, it's traditional, it's customary to wrap it in packaging, okay? So, yes, if you got Christmas presents a couple of weeks ago, those presents probably came inside packaging. Or if you buy a product from a store or a supermarket, oftentimes the product will be in packaging with paper and plastic and stuff like that.
Packaging or wrapping or something like that, right?
Yep, sure. So, yes, inside the packaging was the present, but the present turned out to be jeweled combs, and she had admired them in a shop window, but she had known, hey, I can't afford that. They're too expensive. So if something is jeweled, that means it has jewels on it, like a jeweled watch, for example, that can be very expensive. If you want to show off your wealth, you can buy an expensive Rolex watch that is jeweled with diamonds and rubies and sapphires and stuff like that. So indeed, these particular combs had jewels on them, like diamonds, emeralds, rubies, etc.
They were covered in jewels, these combs were. Now, I don't know if they were covered with diamonds. Remember, Jim and Della aren't rich folk, but hey, these combs were still really nice, and Della had wanted them for a really long time. So, fighting the urge to cry, oh, what a wonderful gift this was, how generous. Fighting the urge to cry, it was her turn, okay? She handed Jim his platinum chain. They've now exchanged gifts. How about that? That's what Christmas is all about. Not only about exchanging gifts, but showing people that you love them by way of sacrifice and stuff like that. But we're not quite done with this story. One amazing twist still remains, and we'll read about that right after a break.
It was Jim's turn to reveal that his watch was also gone. They had each sold their most cherished possession to get the other the perfect gift. Although neither could use their present, the chain and the combs were priceless because they were given from the heart, with love.
第三部分，我们看到一个单字 cherish， 这个字是动词， 指真爱、钟爱、珍藏。例如 Donna cherished the drawing that her young daughter made of their family. Donna 把她小女儿画的那幅家人画作珍藏起来。另外，课文中把这个单字的过去分词做形容词用。例如 A mother always has lots of love for her cherished children. 母亲总是对她珍爱的儿女有满满的爱。再来补充一个相关动词 treasure, T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E, treasure, 指珍惜、珍藏。举例来说 Henry treasures the pictures he has of his children when they were younger. Henry 珍藏着孩子们小时候的照片。最后我们看到一个形容词 priceless, 指无价的、宝贵的。例如Many priceless works of art can be found in the museums in New York City. 许多无价的艺术品都能在纽约市的博物馆里找到。另外，补充一个相关的形容词 precious, P-R-E-C-I-O-U-S, precious, 指珍贵的、宝贵的。我们可以说 Many people feel that the old library is a precious piece of town history.很多人觉得这间旧图书馆是城镇历史的珍贵片段。
Okay, here's the third and final part of our lesson for today. So it was Jim's turn to reveal or to confess that his watch was also gone. So, yes, he gave her these jeweled combs, but that came at a price. He needed to get the money somewhere, so he revealed the truth to her. He said that, well, yeah, my watch is also gone. I sold it. And here it says they had each sold their most cherished possession to get the other the perfect gift. So if something's cherished, it is valued. You really like that thing. It's something that you're very close to. It's very special to you. In this particular case, though, these are possessions. They're cherished possessions. I think everybody has a cherished possession. I guess mine would be my skateboard.
There you go. Your most cherished possession is your skateboard. You will never give that away. Ever. You really love your skateboard. But here, yeah, Della and Jim, because they love one another so much, they had each sold their most cherished possession. Why? Because they wanted the other person to have a great Christmas. How touching. But here's the twist. Jim had to sell his watch. So he's got a chain, but no watch. And Della has got combs, but no hair. Oh my goodness, what a turn of events. But you know what? I'm pretty sure that Della and Jim had a wonderful night that night because they both knew that they loved one another. Yes, although neither could use their present, the chain and the combs were priceless because they were given from the heart with love. Oh, that's so sweet.
It is. I think Della will be able to use her gifts eventually when her hair grows back, but I don't know how Jim is going to get his gold watch back. He's going to have a couple of extra jobs to save enough money to buy it back from the pawn shop. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始提到 Della 焦虑的等 Jim 下班回家，她很害怕她长头发没了， Jim 就不再那么爱她了。我们读到课文的第3句，她说 At last, Jim arrived, only to stare at Della with a strange look on his face. Jim 终于回到家，却神情怪异的盯着 Della 看。好，那这边要介绍的是 only to 加上原形动词的用法。only to 加原形动词，它表示结果却怎么样，不料竟然怎么样怎么样。那它是用来强调这个结果出乎意料，令人惊讶或者是令人失望。好，那这个用法呢是要接在主要子句的后面，可以用逗号跟主要子句隔开，所以它的句型可以写作主词加动词，逗号only to 加原形动词。例如 They took a taxi to the restaurant only to find it fully booked. 他们搭计程车去那间餐厅，结果却发现它客满了。 好，在课文的第二部分 Jim 把他准备的礼物送给 Della， 只要他打开礼物就会知道 Jim 为什么会有那样的反应了。课文写到说 Inside the packaging, Della found the very jeweled combs. Della 发现包装里面的东西正是那一只镶有珠宝的发梳。好，这边补充一下 Jewel 当动词表示用宝石来装饰，那文中是用它的过去分词 jeweled 来描述镶有宝石的，用宝石装饰的。那另外要介绍一下，课文里面用到 the very 来强调名词。好，这个用法呢，我们就是用 the very 去强调它后面的名词，表达说正是什么，正好怎么样，恰好怎么样。举例来说 That is the very book I've been looking for. 那正好是我一直在找的书诶。好，那接着读到课文第三部分的第一句，他说It was Jim's turn to reveal that his watch was also gone. 这次换 Jim 透露他的表也没了。那当我们说 It's somebody's turn 就表示轮到某人了。其中这个 turn 在这边它是当名词，它表示次序或是机会，也就是用来表达依次轮流的那个次序。好，我们可以在 It's somebody's turn 后面接不定词来表达轮到某人做某事。像文中它是用过去式 It was Jim's turn to reveal 什么什么，表达说轮到 Jim 来透露什么什么。那我们来造一个例句 It's your turn to do the dishes. 轮到你洗碗咯。那顺便补充一下，片语 take turns 则是表达轮流，其中的 turns 固定要用复数哦。我们可以用 take turns 加上动词 ing 来表达轮流做某事。举例来说 The kids took turns playing on the slide. 小朋友们轮流玩溜滑梯。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Anxiously.We all waited anxiously in the hospital's waiting room while my father had surgery. Reassure. The police reassured me that it shouldn't be difficult to find my missing dog. Confess. Ted finally confessed to his parents that he had broken his cell phone. Cherish. I cherish the home I grew up in and hope to raise my own family in it one day. Priceless.The priceless ring has been passed down in Samantha's family for generations.
Discussion starter starts now!
And now it's time for our discussion starter. Hey, Roger. Would you be willing to give up a prized possession so you could get a gift for a loved one?
Well, I would be willing to give up a prized possession to give a present to my loved one if I had such a possession. As I said before, my prized possession is my skateboard, and if I tried to sell it, well, I might get 2,000 or 3,000 NT dollars for it, but not much more than that, and you can't really buy much with that kind of money. So, yeah, I don't think it would be worth it to sell my skateboard for that purpose. How about you?
Well, I'm pretty sure that I could give up a prized possession to get a gift for a loved one. I'm pretty sure. But one thing's for certain, okay? I know my daughter's not a possession, but I could never give up my daughter for any situation, for any person or thing or present or anything like that, because my daughter is the greatest thing on earth, okay? Because she's so wonderful, because she's so great, and because she gives me pure love, I would never give her up in a million years. Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.